What's up guys, my name is Travis and welcome back to yet another video. Today's video we will be talking about the things that you should know before you start your photography career. If photography is your hobby and now you decided to turn it into a business, here are some advice for you before you make your first step. Before we jump right into this video, please take this moment to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so each time I upload a video, you will get notified. Okay, so step number one, make sure you have good camera basics. You need to learn how to shoot your photos in manual mode. Now I know a lot of you guys are actually afraid to shoot it in manual mode because you need to adjust every settings manually. But trust me, if you understand the fundamentals of photography, which is related to ISO, shutter speed and aperture, you'll never want to shoot your photos in auto mode again. Now, composing your photos are also very important as a photographer. There's a lot of composing methods for you to compose your photos. For example, like the rules of thirds or the spiral rule are the most frequently used composing method in photography. So if you are not sure what I'm talking about over here, look it up online, search it in Google about the golden rules of photography. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of video out there that will teach you about it. Okay, so step number two is to get familiar with your camera. By now, you should know which button on your camera is to adjust the ISO, shutter speed and aperture, because it's very important when it comes to event jobs like weddings. The lightings are constantly changing, people are moving around the aisle and people start dancing. You need to change your camera settings rapidly in order for you to get that important photo. It is also very important for you to know where are the limits of your camera. For example, if you're in a dark environment, what is the ISO limit that your camera can handle without having too much noise into your photo? Having too much noise, it will make your photos look unprofessional as well as making your photos look very bad. Okay, so point number three, knowing the photography market value in your country or area. Knowing the photography market price may help you to evaluate how much you're going to charge for your photography services. You might not want to overcharge your photography services in the beginning as well as charging too low, but maybe you could provide more extra edited photos for your clients. With these changes, it will help you to attract more clients. Okay, so let's move on to point number four, which is do not do it for free even though you are building up your portfolio. I've seen a lot of photographers out there doing their photography services for free because they haven't built up their portfolio yet. Now, I've talked about this point in my previous video already, but I promise to discuss this point a little bit further. So if you haven't watched my previous video, I'll link it down in the description box below, or you can find it at the end of this video. Okay, back to the topic. Let's say there's an event planner came up to you and say, hey, I got an event next week and they have no budget for photographers. But it's also a great opportunity for you to build up your portfolio as well as gain more exposures. Now, I know most of you guys will accept this job and willing it to do it for free and hoping it will give you extra exposures and build a portfolio as well. So you accept this job and maybe you spend 3 to 4 hours shooting for this event and maybe it costs you a couple days to edit and export those photos. My point here is that you are spending a couple days to get this job done for free. And you might think that you didn't lose anything except for a little bit of your time. But do you know that your transportations, your road toll, your petrols, your energy are actually spent during that job? Okay, maybe you think that it's acceptable for you to lose a little bit money in order for you to go further. But now imagine that every photographers out there are doing their photography services for free. My second point of this advice is that it will have a big impact on your photography market if everyone started their photography services for free and they did not value their talent. So let's say now you realize that you shouldn't do things for free and now you rejected all of your free jobs. Now, because of this, organizer is so used to get free photography services from new photographers, and many out there are still unaware of these advantages that event planner has, and they still can find these photography services for free. As years and years goes by, no one will actually value professional photographers anymore because they're getting photography services for free. Now, talking about they're offering you extra exposures in change of doing the job for free, what if I also could ask you to go to a random luxury store and ask them to give you a luxury product, and as in a return, you will give them extra exposures? Doesn't make sense, right? So in conclusion, this advice is that even though you're just building up a portfolio, you have to charge a minimum amount of fees to let them know that your talent is not for free, and you have to value your talent like other luxury products are. The last point that I'm going to talk about is do not pick what kind of job that is being offered to you. At this point, do not pick what jobs you want to accept or decline. Try to accept all kind of photography jobs that's out there as long as it's a legal job and it offers you a decent amount of money. Accepting all kind of photography jobs out there helps you to determine what kind of genre or what kind of field that you are at best. So for example, like if you're getting more and more wedding jobs and stuff like that, it could possibly mean that people are starting to like your wedding photography skills. From that time onwards, you're only able to decide whether you want to get into that genre or to continue exploring other fields of photography that might suit you the best. Okay, that's it for me today. I hope you learned something from this video. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.